Title: The Hinge Under the House. Caleb Whitmore built his own house. He poured the foundation himself, measured the angles, reinforced the beams. He trusted concrete more than people. So when something moved beneath it at 2:17 a.m., he knew it wasn't settling. It was shifting. The sound wasn't scratching. It was rotation, a slow, grinding pivot beneath the living room, like something heavy turning on a single joint. Caleb lay still in bed, eyes open. He felt it before he heard it. A vibration through the frame of the house. Not random, not animal, mechanical, deliberate. Laura stirred beside him. Caleb. He didn't answer, because the floor beneath the bedroom flexed upward, just slightly, then lowered, like a lung inhaling. He grabbed the flashlight and walked into the hallway. The air felt compressed, harder to breathe. He crouched and pressed his palm against the hardwood. Warm, warmer than it should be. And then the floor rotated, not lifted, not pushed, rotated, like something beneath had shifted its weight on a central axis. Caleb pulled his hand back instantly. Something underneath matched the movement. He moved left, it rotated left. He stepped back, it pivoted back, not chasing, aligning. The first crack appeared near the fireplace, a hairline fracture splitting the floorboard, then another, then a circular indentation. Not claw marks, not impact damage, a pressure ring, perfectly round, like something below had pressed one central joint against the underside of the house. The ring deepened, wood fibers snapping inward. Laura stepped into the hallway. What is that? The circle widened, and then the floor split. Not violently, clean. A circular section of hardwood lifted upward like a hatch, and from the center it rose. It unfolded, not climbing, not crawling, unfolding. Its body was wrong. No visible elbows, no visible knees. Its limbs extended from a single thick joint at the center of its torso, like everything hinged from one rotating core. Its spine wasn't vertical. It was curved around that joint. When it moved, its entire body pivoted as one piece, like a compass needle swinging. Its head rotated 180 degrees without the neck bending. Eyes wide, black, unblinking. Its skin pale and stretched tight across a frame that looked engineered wrong. Caleb froze, because it wasn't animal. It wasn't instinct. It was structure. The creature pivoted once. Its central joint rotated with a grinding sound, and in one smooth motion it was facing the stairs. The kids screamed upstairs. The creature didn't rush. It rotated toward the sound, precise, controlled. Caleb lunged. He tackled its torso. It felt like tackling solid timber, dense, cold. The central joint spun suddenly. His grip slipped as its entire body rotated under him. It didn't need to bend. It turned as one piece. A limb shot outward. No elbow, just extension from the core. It slammed into Caleb's ribs. He flew backward into the wall. Laura grabbed a lamp and smashed it over the creature's head. The glass shattered. The creature didn't react with pain. It recalibrated. Its head rotated slowly toward her, and then the central joint spun faster. Its limbs flared outward in a full rotation. One strike caught Laura across the shoulder. She hit the floor hard. Caleb grabbed the fireplace poker. The creature began climbing the stairs, not step by step. It planted its central joint on one step and rotated upward, using itself like a mechanical pivot. One spin per step. Fast, too fast. Caleb swung the poker at its core. The metal connected. The sound was wrong, like striking reinforced steel. The creature stopped. For the first time it paused. Its head rotated slowly downward, locking onto him. And Caleb understood something cold. It wasn't trying to kill randomly. It was stabilizing the house. The way it moved, each pivot corresponded to the pressure in the beams. Each rotation aligned with the structure. It wasn't invading, it was anchoring. Upstairs, the youngest screamed. The creature rotated again. Caleb charged. This time he aimed at the joint itself. He jammed the poker into the seam at the center and pushed with everything he had. The creature shrieked, not loud, deep. The joint jerked violently. Its limbs spasmed. The entire body convulsed, as if the pivot had jammed. Black fluid seeped from the seam, thick, slow. It wasn't blood. It looked like oil. The creature spun wildly, uncontrolled. Its limbs smashed through drywall, through railings, through ceiling plaster. Caleb fell back as the house began to fracture. Beams cracked, walls shifted. The creature wasn't just inside the house. It was connected to it. The floor beneath them dipped, then rose, then rotated slightly, like the entire foundation had become its extension. The children were cornered in the bedroom. The creature burst through the door. Its limbs flared outward in a wide arc. Caleb dove and tackled it from behind. They crashed through the hallway railing, fell to the living room below. The impact should have broken bones, but the creature absorbed it. The central joint hit first, rotated, distributed force. It was designed for collapse, designed for pressure. Caleb landed hard, air knocked out. The creature rose again, and this time it rotated toward the crawlspace opening. The hole it had made was widening. The ground beneath the house was shifting, not sinking, rotating. Caleb realized the truth too late. There weren't dozens, there weren't swarms. There was one, and the house was its hinge. It hadn't come from the foundation. The foundation had formed around it. When Caleb poured concrete 15 years ago, he had sealed it inside, and now it was finishing its rotation. The ground beneath the living room split completely. The creature lowered its core into the opening. Its limbs extended outward, bracing against the walls. It began to turn. Slowly, the entire house responded. The frame creaked, the walls shifted, the staircase tilted. Laura crawled toward the kids. Caleb grabbed her hand. Outside now, they ran as the structure twisted behind them. The house didn't collapse. It rotated, 45 degrees, then 90. The roofline skewed. Windows shattered outward. The creature disappeared into the ground. The earth sealed around it, and the house settled, sideways, silent. By morning, the Whitmore house stood at an impossible angle, tilted but intact. Engineers called it soil displacement, foundation failure. They never found the central cavity beneath, because it wasn't a cavity anymore. It had rotated deeper, and Caleb never slept again. Because sometimes, at 2:17 a.m., he feels the ground beneath the rest of Pine Hollow shift slightly, not upward, not downward, but turning, one slow degree at a time, and he knows it's not finished aligning. If you ever feel your house settle in a circular motion, not a crack, not a creak, a rotation, leave, because foundations aren't fixed. They pivot, and sometimes they pivot around something alive. If this episode made you feel the ground move beneath you, share it. Because alignment spreads. Subscribe. The Hinge hasn't completed its turn. Beyond the void.